Now I'm going to be roasting up a chicken today. Now this is really simple to do and it's just got bags of flavour. So, you know, whether you're having it for Thanksgiving, Christmas or your Sunday roast, give this one a go. So for roasting up this chicken, now I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got my chicken there, it's a good sized chicken. In terms of weight, mine weighs 5 pounds, which is 2.3 kilograms. Cook time for my size of chicken, roughly 2 hours. So if yours a little bit smaller, maybe 1.5 kilos, you're probably going to be cooking for about an hour and a half, so a little bit less. Now what we're going to do is season the inside with salt and freshly ground black pepper. I've also got a couple of lemons, so you need to chop those up, poke those inside, along with some garlic. Now I'm going to use the whole bulb. I've just sliced mine down the middle so we can open it up, get it inside. Herbs, I'm going to put a good handful of fresh thyme. Now, as an alternative to thyme, you could use something like sage, rosemary, oregano, or even tarragon. They're all good flavours to go inside the chicken. So, you know, one week add one sort of herb, next week you can mix and match, use different ones. It's up to you. Now on the outside, a little bit of olive oil, again, freshly ground salt and pepper. And then what I'm going to do is roast it in the oven. Towards the end, you know, when it's just starting to get a nice colour on it, what we're going to do is have some crushed garlic, 4 cloves of garlic, white wine vinegar, and I'm going to use some dried parsley. So get your pestle and mortar, crush that all up, get it, you know, just ready to go over the top of the chicken, and you pour it over. Keep it in the oven a little bit longer until you get the garlic getting a beautiful colour on it, and it's going to make your kitchen smell wonderful, it's going to make your guests hungry, and it's going to make the chicken taste scrummy. Now underneath the chicken, we've got some vegetables here. I've got fennel, so we're going to chop that up into nice chunky pieces. I've got some, you know, a couple of onions. Now with your onions, just chop them up into rings, like you would sort of, you know, onion rings, and we layer that so we can place the chicken over the top. And I've also got some carrots, just, you know, 4 or 5 carrots, chop the ends off, wash them, chop them in half, and that just goes in your baking tray. And it all just roasts up in the oven and it tastes delicious. So there's all the ingredients I'm going to use. And what I'm going to do is get it all chopped up, prepared, stuff the chicken, get it cooking in the oven. So now I've got everything chopped up. Now I've got my baking tin that I'm going to be using for roasting my chicken. Now I'm going to start off with the onions. Now what I'm going to do is just pop those in there and just spread them out a little bit like that, just as a sort of first layer. Lovely. Then we've got the fennel, so I'll just put that into little wedges. You can break them down a little bit if you want. There you go, it's just another layer, and it's going to go really, going to give the chicken a lovely flavour. And these are going to be good to eat afterwards as well. Now I'm also going to put around the edges, got me carrots. That's it. Now with the chicken, I'm just going to bring that over. Nice to put that on there because that's where it's going. Look at that, fits beautifully there. Now what we want to do is, there's actually a little bit of string here, so I'm just going to pull that off because I need to get inside it a little bit. You can always put that back when it's cooking, keep all the nice flavours in there. Now I'm going to start off with some salt and pepper seasoning, so just going to get some of that. Just going to rub that on the inside. And again, some pepper. Really give that a good rub in there. Obviously if you've got any giblets in there, you've got to pull those out, but last bit of salt. There you go. Season the inside, and we're also going to season the outside. Now I'm going to start putting some stuff in there, like you've got the lemons. I mean, you know, you've got to chop them up fancy, just sort of put them in. If you can only fit 1 lemon in yours because it's a smaller chicken, you know, don't overdo it. Now I've got some garlic here, and so I've just sort of sliced it down the middle. So I'm going to stick that in there. And then we've got all this lovely fresh thyme. Get that in. Really push it so it's, you know, really wedged in there. And then I think I'll go back in with that other garlic garlic, lemon, just goes so well. And beautiful chicken. That's it. Nicely stuffed in there. Now what we can do is, I'm just going to use a little bit of olive oil on the outside. I mean, as an alternative, you could use butter, you know, softened butter and rub that over there. That's nice too. Now try and get the olive oil a little bit underneath as well, like that. And then again, back to the salt and pepper seasoning. I think I'll just mix those together. And we can just rub that all over. Just again, get it there. Pick it up and do the same on the other side. Grab it. That's it. So it's just nicely seasoned all over. Now what I want to do is tuck the wings under there so they don't get burnt when it's cooking. And what we can do is always use this string, and you can just kind of wrap it up again. However, it hasn't got to be like it was. Just to hold it together a little bit better. That'll do us, looking good. So we've got all the flavours on the inside. It's all nicely seasoned on the outside, and that is going to be delicious. So that is ready to go into a preheated oven, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put mine into a preheated oven, temperature-wise, 190 degrees Celsius. Now let's just place that in there. Now I've got my oven set to 190 degrees Celsius, which is 375 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 5. So now I've got my chicken cooking away in the oven. Now if you want to work out how long you cook your chicken for, this is the formula I usually use. Now if you're working in pounds, so old money, mine weighs 5 pounds. For every pound in weight, you cook for 20 minutes. So it's 5 times 20 minutes, so it's 100 minutes, and then you just add an extra 10 or 20 minutes at the end. So if you add all that together, it's 100 minutes plus another 10 or 20. So 110 to 120 minutes. So round about 2 hours. Now if you're working in kilos, again, weigh your bird. Mine weighs 2.3 kilos, but let's just keep it simple with 2 kilos. For every kilo of weight, it's 45-minute cook time. So if you had a 2 kilo bird, it'd be 90 minutes. And then again, you just add an extra 10 or 20 minutes on top. So that would work out roughly 100 to 110 minutes. Now, obviously mine weighs just over 2 kilos. So, you know, it does work out roughly about 2 hours. So leave that cooking. Obviously, you know, do that calculation to work out how long you need to cook your roast chicken, because you don't want to overcook it. Now towards the end, probably in the last 15 or 20 minutes, I'm just going to open it up, pour some garlic, the crushed up garlic with the white wine vinegar and parsley over the top. And that is when this kitchen is going to smell wonderful. It's going to give a really lovely, you know, flavour to the outside of the chicken, and it's just going to be delicious. So, you know, leave that cooking. I'll see you when we're going to pour over the garlic. Now, whilst I've got the chicken cooking, I'm just going to make up the mixture with the garlic, white wine vinegar and the dried parsley. So, just peeled me garlic cloves, and I'm just going to bash those until I've got them all nice and crushed up. There you go, crush that down, just get those bits in there like that. Lovely. Now we can also add in the dried parsley, about a teaspoon, and got some white wine vinegar. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't use white wine, or if you've got cider vinegar, use whatever you've got. Now just give that a quick little mix. There you go, ready to go. So we can leave that, and that will get nice and strong with the vinegar and the garlic and that. And as I say, I'll pour it over the chicken, you know, towards the end of when it's cooked. So leave that until we're ready to use it. So I've had my chicken cooking for just about 1.5 hours. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide mine out and I'm going to pour that sort of garlic, vinegar and parsley mixture over the top. So let's pull it out. It's going to be hot. I mean, obviously if you haven't got one of these slide out kind of trays, then you know you'd have to take it out of the oven, but careful because it's hot. Looks really good, and you can smell that fennel. Oh, lovely. Now just gonna pour that over like that. It's probably a good time to keep your door shut in the kitchen, because otherwise they're all going to get really hungry. Now that last little bit, pour like that. Lovely, jubbly. Now let's just put that back in, and like I say, another 20, maybe 30 minutes, really, until the garlic's gone a nice golden brown colour. And obviously make sure the chicken's cooked, you know, test it with a skewer, make sure the juices are running clear. But I'm going to leave mine another 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So I've had my chicken cooking for a total of 1 hour 50 minutes, so not quite 2 hours. Now we put the garlic on about 20 minutes ago. Oh, look at that. That is looking delicious. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out, because what we're going to need to do is to let it rest, you know, cover it up a little bit of tin foil. So I'm going to pull that out. That looks scrummy. Oh. Now I've just taken that out of the oven, and it's got a beautiful colour on that chicken. Now what I'm going to do is to leave it rest. I'm actually going to transfer it to a plate. So you want to be careful at this point, because these legs can just snap off. So really gently just pop it on the plate behind. Now what we can do with all these sort of vegetables, I mean, you can scoop those up, put them in a little bowl, and you can serve them up with your chicken. So now I've got the chicken covered up a little bit of tin foil, just loosely. Leave that to tenderise, 15, probably 20 minutes, and then you can serve it up. Again, the same with the vegetables we took out the bottom of the baking tray. You know, just put them on a plate, cover them up, and then you can serve those up along with the chicken and whatever else you've got. Now I've left my chicken to tenderise pretty much 20 minutes, so let's just take the tin foil off of there. Now what I also did was, with the oil that was in the bottom of the pan, I kind of separated some of the oil, so you know, you just skimmed it off with a spoon, so we're left with, well, there's still probably a bit of oil in there, but we've got the real flavoury bit. Now what I want to do is, I just want to put some of this over the top, kind of baste it, because there's a lot of flavour in that bit. So I'll carry on, just go over the whole of the top of the chicken. So I'm just going to try a piece of that chicken. The bit I'm going to go for is going to be the breast. Oh, look at that. With that garlic, that is just looking delicious on its own. Now, I've also got some other things I'm going to serve mine up with. Just got some green beans. I mean, obviously, you know, you could serve this up with a simple salad, but can't beat a roast. You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, your Sunday roast, always good. And, you know, finally, I've got some gravy. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Now, I'm just going to get stuck in and try some of that. I think I'll just go along the back here. Slice that along. Lovely, look at that. Looks nice and moist. I'm going to have that skin, because that is going to taste so good. Let me just try. That is just so nice. Really, you know, the garlic just makes it taste wonderful with the skin, and the chicken's moist, it's tasty flavour. Reminds me, I haven't put any of the other bits on there. Let me just make a little bit of space. I mean, you know, Christmas, you tend to load up your plate. Right. Have a little bit of that fennel. And obviously, got some of these carrots and the onion. Let me try one of those. Let me go for one of these carrots. Nice, sweet, soft, picks up the flavours of the fennel. That is a lovely dish. Go and make this. It's nice and easy, and it's a great one for a special occasion. If it is Christmas or Thanksgiving, happy Christmas, happy Thanksgiving. Otherwise, just enjoy it with your family. Thanks for watching my videos. I'll see you on the next one. The Original Naked Chef.